Jazzy music.
Jazzy music indeed.
Worryingly professional.
Hello, and welcome to the news.
Today we
Bob, you're muted. Amazing, good work.
Yay, Bob!
Start as you mean to go on, mate.
Oh, love it.
Do you want to start again? He's muted. He's off now.
Right, am I back now?
Yeah.
Excellent. Right, and I've also disappeared as well.
No, you're still there.
Are you there?
So, welcome to the first Trollcast. I'm Bob, and we have tonight a game between Steve Hildrew and Mike Smith as part of the Kings of Hearts online tournament. It's the first round game, which is a modified raise scenario, played on the specific map that they have, which is up on the screen, as you can see. Both players have set up. Steve won the roll for sides and picked the top, playing down towards the bottom. It might get a bit confusing a bit later on because both of them are playing Ratkin. What we'll do is I'm going to go through their lists with them. See if this brings it up first. It did work in the practice. Right. Has the list come up there?
I can do it from mine if you want.
Can you? How exciting. Are you logging in as Bob?
Yes, because he's done.
I think I can. So I can bring him up.
No, there we go. Right. Oh. It's all right. It's just my computer went funny for a second on the screen there. Right. So first up, we have Mike's list, which is 1995 points of Ratkin slaves. So, Mike, if you could just give us a brief rundown of your list and your choices.
Yep. So my front line of the Ratkin slave battle is 3 hordes of wretches with the last breath upgrade, which, for those who don't know, is a mini crystal pendant. So if they're killed in melee, the units involved in that melee will take 2 D3 hits at piercing 2. Behind them, I've got 2 hordes of decimators to hopefully follow up anything the last breath damages. I've got a slave driver with rally 1 for all my slave units behind them. On the flanks, I've got 2 units of nightmares with hopefully some more shooting to whittle down the rats in front of me. Over on the left, I've got the ace in the deck of cards of Ratkin and Ratkin slaves, which is the tunnel runner. Unfortunately, I don't have the points to give them the brew of sharpness. They've got Sir Jesse's boots of striding today. Next to them, I've got a half-breed champion. And behind them, I've got Golek Skinflayer, which is the Ratkin special character, which I don't think you can really take a Ratkin slave list and not take him. He's got dread. He's got very inspiring to slaves. He's nimble. He's on a chariot. And he's a dash 16 with defense 5.
Excellent. Thanks. And I'll just bring up Steve's list. So, Steve, if you could do the same and go quickly through your list for us, please.
Yep. This is my last attempt to make Ratkin work. Kind of. So, this is my 25th list. So, here we go. It's got a regiment of warriors, and it's got 2 hordes of warriors. And they've got, the warriors haven't actually got play pots, so I'll take that off. Just cheating there. So the shot chiefs, one's got caterpillar, one's got striding. They've both got play pots. I've got 2 regiments of hackpaws. I've got 3 regiments of nightmares, which are I want to like a lot, and so I'm trying to make them work. I've got 1 vermintide, and then I've got a brood mother, a mounted swarm cry with the loot, a brute enforcer with the blade of slashing. I've got Tangle and Mother Chrysler. And that's my list.
Excellent. Thank you. So back to the board. Starting from the top, Steve, could you just quickly run through your deployment for us, please?
Yeah. So the way I've deployed is, hang on. So this kind of little group over here is the Hack Paws. They've got the Swarm Crow in the middle and the Brute Enforcer behind them. Oh, I've just moved a unit, cheating. And then and it's got the 3 Nightmares behind them. So that's kind of rally and inspiring onto the Hack Paws, try and make them last a bit longer. And they're opposite this stuff. And then on the other side, I've got so both shock troops. So this one is the one with Caterpillar, and this is the one with Strider. That's Mother Chrysler in the middle. That's the Brood Mother. That's the Tangle, and that's the Vermintide. And then I don't really know why, but that's the Warriors over there on the right-hand side. I think I put him there to try and get him to put more stuff on the right-hand side, but then he didn't. So that worked incredibly well. So now they're just kind of sitting there going, shit, lads, anyone? Like that. They're literally on their own. So they're going to die. But,
Right, okay, thanks. Mike, could you run through your deployment for us, please?
Yeah, so on the front line on the right, I've got 3 hordes of my Warriors of Last Breath, and behind them I've got my Decimators. To their flank, I've got my 2 hordes of Nightmares. I've got Golek Skinflayer to the left of them, and on the far left, I have got my Tunnel Runners and my Half-Breed Champion.
Right, lovely. Right, guys, so thanks for that. So if you guys want to pop off and start your game,
all right.
So we can talk about you being while you're not here.
Mike, I'll call you on Facebook, Mike.
Right.
How do we quit?
That's it.
And they're out of there.
Right.
Okay.
Well, what we have here is going to be 2 variations on the Ratkin slaves list. I don't have a lot of experience.
2 very different lists.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. They seem to be focused in different ways, but the overwhelming chaff slaves of Mike and the hard-hitting shock troop built a list of Steve. He seems to have gone for more of a, I suppose, as close to Alpha Strike as you can with the Hack Paws. With a big anvil of those shock troops with the Tangle backing them up. Whereas Mike's gone for the more classic smother you in slaves and then hit you with nightmares, I suppose.
Yeah, this is all going to come down to how good those decimators are.
It seems to be a very favourite tactic. I've seen Mark Cunningham use it a lot as well.
Yeah.
With the decimators behind. Somebody in the Call to Arms tournament on one of their streamed battles used a decimator heavy list.
Yeah, I think it was Jeremy did it. And
yeah. Well, it should be interesting to see once they get going.
Yeah, it's interesting deployment there. So they've gone against Elliot's advice for anybody who's not read Elliot Morrish's battle report for our game. He said that he deliberately sets up so that his 2 tokens are on the opposite side to the opponent's 2 tokens, and then looks to swamp one side and work on the other side. Whereas Steve's clearly gone for a much more even deployment, fairly centered.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Mike's gone for very much on the right hand side. It's whether Steve can get through that wall of nerve without any shooting. That's going to be it's going to have to sort of thump him quite hard.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably going to be looking at coming through those woods and trying to flank it, tie it up at the front with all his shock troops and his massive nerve. Weather the decimators and try and flank it. Oh, now they're off to a start there. So, who's this then? Is Mike, and Alista is Steve. For those people who are watching who don't know the UB names, It just helps when they're rolling dice, so we can tell who we're talking about. And straight away.
He's gone for the subtle
No
approach.
mess.
He's obviously Mike's taken first turn, and there we go, straight up there with those slaves.
Yeah,
that's a very bold move. It might be a very short game, this, but we've said that a few times. Said that a few times and been proved wrong. It's never over till it's over with Kings of War, is it? As you proved in your game against it.
Yeah. Even though you look like you can't lose it after turn 2. Somehow you managed to do it.
Was it?
It was, yeah. Well, I'm not going to dwell because I'm over it. Honestly, I'm absolutely over
yes,
it.
I've liked it.
But 2 critical double ones on the same unit, followed by that unit then surviving a Lightning Bolt 7 by not taking a single hit from Lightning Bolt 7. And then that unit taking out one of my big units because he had a rear charge and then being sat in the rest of the game in the middle of the board because nothing else could get near it. I'm not bitter.
That's right.
No,
I'm
of
not
course
bitter.
not.
I'm not bitter
UB
at all.
dice.
UB dice. So we've got 6 people watching, of which 4 of them have, 5 including me, have expressed their opinions. So we've got Ian Spillman's on, Maggers, which I believe is Andy, King of Hearts, which it must be Matt, and then
Matt Green, that isn't it?
Yeah, and then Chris Smith. If Steve upsets my brother, he'll have to deal with me. Which I'm assuming Chris is one of the brothers. So what do we have here then? So again, it's a fairly typical advance. See, I think that Tunnel Runners unit's going to be horribly exposed there to all that stuff coming straight down.
Well, it is. It'll be. I mean, the hack paws, which are Fleabag riders with this Skaven version of it, aren't they? So they'll be able to
Matt Green
outflank.
Gosh, it's Matt Green.
Matt Green.
Sorry. Matt Green. Maggers is Matt Green. Yeah, Matt G.
Right.
Sorry, Matt G. So
Matt King of Hearts is Matt Green.
Yeah, Matt Green and Matt G. Jesus, get yourselves different names. That's all I can say.
So, just moving up in the moment. He's still carrying on with that fairly bold move. I mean, after he shot them slaves out on the right-hand side there, everything else has moved not as far, but obviously he's got in mind covering those objectives. So, because they can't be raised until turn 2, is that right?
Yes, turn 2.
Yeah, and the modified for this scenario is that each of your objectives is worth 2, and the one in the middle, which can't be raised at all, is worth 1. So that's the tiebreaker.
Here we go. So we're on. That's the end of. So we're at top of. I'm assuming that is Steve. Yeah, Steve moving forward.
Yeah, they've got the turn markers in the top of the corner. I've not worked out how -28 do theirs yet. They haven't given me their secret
logo.
manual.
That's logo.
Oh, they just change. They just have different logos that they put on. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that for next time then. Now I've worked out how to do the overlay without it blocking me off. Bit of last minute panic there, and also the thing with the video at the very beginning was when it played the video. Obviously, for you guys, you all saw the video and then saw it stop, and the microphone came back out. All I saw was a blank screen, and and that's when I was pressing buttons and it muted me. So yeah, off to a flying start. I love it when things like that happen. It'll get better. Honestly, it will get better.
It does appear to be quite random. Sometimes I can hear the music at the intro and outro of mine, but sometimes it doesn't. So it's really, I'm happy to know that it takes about a minute to do my intro, so I'm pretty confident that I can just leave it for at least 45 seconds and then kick in.
I had 12 seconds after. 12-second intro, short and sweet.
I'll just admit, I think I need a shorter intro. Okay, so Steve's moving those. Are they that's Hackpaw regiments, isn't it?
They're Hackpaws, yeah. So they're Skaven Fleabag Riders.
So no, exactly. Where the hell's that must move to? I just move forward. No, it's moved diagonally. The nimble.
They've jumped over the wall.
The nimble. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, they are. Yeah. Very.
You're nimble and quick as well, by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speed 10, the same as Fleet. That's why I'm building a Goblin army of all mounted.
9. Speed 9.
Speed 9.
Speed
sorry.
9.
Yeah. Not quite as fast as the goblins, but.
So the ones behind the goblins, the decimators, the shoot-eater guys.
These two hordes at the bottom are that one, that one. They're decimators. So we'll be looking to. He'll be looking for opportunity. They've only got 12-inch shooting range, and the slaves in front of them are the same height.
Yeah.
So unless stuff that comes in that's taller than the slaves, he's going to be looking at cutting down on his shooting, because I don't think there's anything facing him apart from the characters and the tangle are taller than height too.
Unless you're going to get one of the units up on that hill, possibly.
Yeah, I think that might be what he's looking for.
But
we'll see. We'll see as it goes, because if he gets those up, they're in an ideal place. Yeah, because Steve won't be wanting to be flanking up by those nightmares in the woods there. And I don't know why I'm looking down there to watch it, because I've got it on this screen here as well. So all you see is the side of my head for the entire cast. But no.
I keep looking across. I've got the I've got the list over here on my.
Oh
side.
yeah. Why's John spent the whole thing looking sideways?
Yeah, he's looking at the screen. I got the camera right in the middle of my my gaming screen, so it's looks slightly better, slightly like I'm looking at the camera.
Yeah.
Mine's above.
Just take out slightly half of the screen, but okay. So Steve's been a bit more cautious, which is probably right. You could do.
And that big sort of piece of impassable on the bottom left protecting that flank quite well, really, isn't it?
It is. The layout for the table. There's 9 games. There's 18 players in the tournament. There's 9 games, and I believe that they're all using the same table.
Yeah.
All right. For every game.
For every game in the first round, then there'll be a table for round 2 and 3 and 4. But they were all designed by Matt G, I believe. I like the idea with the foliage on the hill to represent the woods, because it gives a definite border. Whereas quite a lot of UB games, mine included, the woods have got that nebulous edge.
Yeah.
Whereas this gives a definite border, so you can tell whether your leader point's in or whether you're towing in the woods. It's a really good idea, one which I will be stealing.
I hadn't noticed it until you pointed it out, but yes, that makes life a lot simpler.
Yeah.
Does that mean the beer trolley is going to give us a new set of Kings of War maps that we can all use?
Yes.
Sounds like you've just volunteered for a new job, Bob.
Yeah. Well, I did the
lightning bolts.
Oh yes.
2
damage. on the Slave Nightmare unit.
Right, the one out of the woods, obviously, because he didn't want to take the cover. And that's the Brood Mother special character, is it? Shooting at it. Mother Chrysler.
So how tall's Mother Chrysler then?
I think she's height 3 or 4.
She's height 3, but she's got a clear shot.
Height 3. Large infantry, yeah. And she'll be able to see more than half the unit.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
We're in.
Here we go. Turn 2.
No messing around.
As subtle as a brick.
Oh, maybe he's changed his mind. No.
They try to figure out whether he got a TC1 for going off the hill or not. It's interesting. Because
well, he was fully on the hill, wasn't his leader point wasn't more than 50% of the unit, I think. So I think he will be doing.
Yeah. So Ogre Warriors 12, 14, 25 attacks. So the Horde do 25 attacks on 5s.
On 5s, yeah.
So it's going to be 6. 8 hits, 5, 6 damage.
What's the nerve on the enemy unit?
12, 14. He's not going to break him in one go.
And then they're not inspired, but he's looking at, 8s?
He'll
8s and 9s to get.
He'll need to be a bit lucky to get that in one turn. But he's probably accepting that and saying, well, go on then. So you can put your very expensive unit into the side of them.
And then get
flanked. But, I mean, even if they don't break them, because they're a horde against the regiment, he'll still be able to collect that token.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of his turn 2.
Yep. Yeah, so he's going to take the token anyway.
Sneaky.
It is.
That's what you do.
It's just using the unit strength of the horde against the regiment. And like Steve said when he said, he put that regiment out there to encourage Mike to stack more stuff down there, but it didn't work. So it was sort of sat out on its own. So really, it's he might take an early lead with that one. And then he'll have a slave horde, maybe damaged, that can turn round and threaten the flanks of the stuff coming down the middle.
Oh dear. Oh, sorry, that's after a move. I was about to say, is that Slave Nightmares in the side? They're not. Just make sure they're out of arc.
Yeah.
Of what? So they can't double charge.
Ooh, still just in.
Yeah.
But they won't fit.
Yeah, they're not going to fit both units in there.
Good use of his slaves there to cut down on Steve's options.
Yeah, yeah.
But one thing I forgot to ask them was what they're playing the heights of these the features as.
Yeah, true.
So, but neither of them have got any Titans. So, really, I think that the tallest thing is the Tangle height 5.
Tangle is height 3. So yeah,
height 3. Well, right. Yeah. So
it's a low level. It's a low level fight.
Yeah.
Makes Dwarves look tall.
Yeah.
No, to be honest, Rob, nothing makes Dwarves look tall. Apart from occasional badger.
Because the problem, every dwarf list I face is full of dwarves on top of badgers, moving at speed stupid, and steel behemoths walking up the middle, zapping things. Most of the
I
face
haven't got
dwarves,
one of those yet.
they're all taller than my bloody oh god, brain's gone dead.
Any of your
Yeah.
Frostfangs?
Frostfangs, yeah, I got Frostfangs going. Why am I looking up at dwarves?
This is wrong. This is wrong.
It's wrong. Any dwarf on a badger should be banned.
Okay, so there's some thinking going on here. There's some definite tic tacs being used.
There is, isn't there? So he
not
started off heading up towards the left. Then it looks like he's decided it might be needed over to the right. That's the special character, isn't he? Where he's got Rally 2 for slaves. So
why is he there?
well, did the tunnel runner unit have the keyword slave?
Yes, they are slave tunnel runners. Yes.
Yeah. So he's probably there to add his extra nerve to them.
Yeah. Good point.
And then there's the Abyssal Half-Breed sat in the middle, who's really, I mean, they're awesome little tanks as characters. They are.
Yeah.
A couple of those working in conjunction.
Well, that should be. I mean, I'm surprised that's not shut up one of the sides to look for the character killing.
Well, I have thought so. But then I suppose it being in the middle, because it's no use, because it won't be able to inspire anything, because it only inspires other half-breeds.
Yeah, that's how I would just put him. I just put him on the side.
Far left flank.
Yeah, behind the terrain and up he goes.
Yeah.
Powered forward turn 1. Yeah, when I played Abyssals, I used 2 of them. One with Duelist, which is great character hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even just hitting nightmares. The nightmares are only 11-13, so you can just give them a slap.
Yeah.
And there's a reasonable chance you can take one out each turn.
Mm.
And then you're into the characters sort of up on the left flank and curve in. But,
Yeah.
No. I mean, he still can do it. He can still zip over. Which way they can get out of the arc. I don't think he can get out of the arc.
Yeah, he's just lost that first turn advantage you've got for zipping up that left flank, won't he?
Okay, here we go. Shooting.
Shooting. Oh, it's very nice of them to tell us that.
Nightmares can shoot. Oh yeah, they're the ones with big guns. Yeah. Light cannon.
Yeah, they've got some sort of cannon additional thing, haven't they?
Yeah, I think they're basically they're ogre boomers, aren't they?
Yes.
-1 nerve. But ogre boomers. Oh, and +1 defense.
Ooh. And they hit on what, 4s or 5s?
5s because of the.
That'd be 5s, yeah.
Yeah, slaves over the top.
Yeah.
Blight cannons, are they?
Yeah,
yes.
that's the one. Yeah.
4s normally 5s with cover.
Okay, so that should be a clean shot. Should be 4s. 10 hits. Oh no, yes, because they're in the wood, weren't they? They just moved through the wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the leader points out of the wood now, so.
Yeah, it's 5 damage.
That's not too shabby.
No.
That's. How much heal has Steve got, if any? He's got the tangle. Does that heal?
Yeah, he's got quite a bit of pseudo heal, hasn't he? With the slave, the broodmother being able to eat the weak.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Or some other crap. Racking are really confusing. I mean, for one thing, the nerve values are completely random because there's so much rally around. They always get boosted by that, and they can heal by some bizarre means.
Hmm. But it's very characterful.
Combat. Here we go.
Indeed. Where are they going to start? Oh, up there with the.
Yeah,
the
You
combat.
only wanted
25 wretches.
7 hits.
Oh!
Oh.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's only 5 damage.
I know.
That's not even
Still
trying.
lets me check that it's working.
Has Bob got John Star banners ready? Yes, he has. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, that's his. I thought you'd have the WTF as really. I'm gonna have that one in my next one. Actually, I do one next when I'm doing commentary and not being involved. It's like, what the fuck, really? So, what's Steve going to do for his turn 2 then? What do you think his priorities are, boys?
How much damage can he do to the flank of that slave horde? Is there enough?
Well, it'd be hindered, wouldn't it?
It would be.
Yeah, it's still 30 attacks on 5, so 10 hits.
Oh well, he's popped his plague pot on that forward unit there.
All right, so
he's gaining stealthy and then snare, so it looks like he's bracing himself to take
brace
incoming
yourself,
there.
fellas.
So I don't think I think he's given up on that warrior unit.
Yeah,
because it'll just grind away that.
Yeah, so it's good to slave charge.
So he's going to take the charge from those because one of them. Oh, I was going to say if he leaves it there, one of them will be hindered, won't he? Oh, perhaps I'm completely wrong. Completely wrong.
Okay, yeah. So no, it's popped it. So it'll still be popped next turn, but he's hoping to clean the unit out, and they'll be in a better place.
Yeah.
What's the nerve on the slaves then? Slave warriors.
1821.
Slave wretches, those, I think.
Are they slave wretches as a horde?
Wretches, yeah.
1821.
Oh, he's wounded on 2s, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
He had last breath, though, didn't he?
Yes, they have last breath. So he might take some damage. And those shock troops have got the J boots, so they won't be hindered coming over that wall.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, they're the ones with
so
the J boots.
They'll be fighting at full effect.
So you're looking at 15 crushing 1, so 15. So you're going to get 13 damage. And
he's withdrawn the warriors at the front.
Yeah, so they can't be counter-charged back. Well, they could be. Actually. The thing is, they can be charged. I don't know why he's done that.
They can be charged, yeah.
Why would you do that?
Charge. Surely you'd want the attacks in to try and break the unit, wouldn't you?
Yeah, because you can still charge. You can still charge him if it all goes pear-shaped. They can still be charged. So the hackpaws of was it hackpaws?
They're Vermintide.
Vermintide.
They've
got in there to block up the unit.
Yeah, the Vermintide.
Vermintide. Oh, there we go.
Swarm regiment. Yeah.
Swarm regiment.
Yeah, but they'll get so they don't get last breath, but it's putting. I'd be surprised. Yeah, I wouldn't do that because I can't see the shock troops killing that unit in one go.
But he's put the Broodmother in to protect the flank and to push the charge up.
I suppose
so. And then if they counter charge, they'll move further up.
He should kill it. He's got 60.
Yeah, and he's effectively blocked the other horde in there by attacking the slaves in front of them.
Yeah.
So he's dictating where he's fighting and who he's fighting. I'm just wondering if he's the reason he's pulled those warriors out is if he kills that slave unit, it gives him a better option for moving that horde after the combat.
Yeah, it's
He's
more
thinking
space.
ahead.
Does he score the objectives on his side of the board in this mission, or just the ones
No,
on the
he
other
can.
side?
He can only deny them to Mike. He's after the. He needs to get to the 3 bottom ones. But once you've claimed it, it disappears. It pops off, apart from the centre one. So most of the games I've seen so far of this, both sides have got all 3 objectives, and then it's come down to a fight for the centre.
Yeah.
So it might be that they're the same thing, because that the objective here, obviously, Steve's got to go for it, but because when he moves down, whatever unit he throws down there to collect it, might be able to collect it, but then obviously we'll get hit by the tunnel runners. It's sort of a standoff in the practice games I've had with the same scenario. If you have a lot of flyers and things, a lot of people will sort of move forward and then throw the flyers out turn 2, claim the objectives, and then lose the flyers. And then it all, like I say, it all comes down to a fight for the centre. But Steve looks like he's gone for that centre objective straight away.
Well, that's a reasonably safe place. There's the tunnel runners have got 6. Is that tunnel runners in 16?
3, 6, 9, 12, 15. No, they're about a smidge away. I'll just zoom it. Oh no, it disappears when you zoom in, doesn't it?
You got to zoom in just enough that you can still click back on the unit again after you zoom.
Yeah, but they are a fraction of an inch away. That orange line there.
Okay.
Well, the third blue line is 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how far do they go?
They do 16.
They go 16.
So those shock troops are safe.
And they're out that charge arc. I mean, the half-breed could interfere, but apart from that, and then he's moved up his hack paws to threaten the flank of anything that does move. I mean, obviously the tunnel runners can charge into them, but they'll be in the front. He's protected his flanks. And then anything, if they don't break them, because he's moved his inspiring up there, is that inspiring? Brute Enforcer?
I would imagine so. No, it's not. It's rallying 1. It's rallying.
All right, so he's boosted the leadership up a bit. It just depends on whether those tunnel runners would cause enough to take out a regiment. But then if they do, there's another regiment up there, a character, and the brute itself, the Brute Enforcer.
Yeah.
A bit like a berserker bully, I suppose, then.
So we've got the second Hackpaw regiment's moving, and he's going to shore up the other side.
Yeah. Threatening the flanks of the unit there. Ooh. He's not going to do my favourite trick, is he just out there? It's hard to tell. My favourite trick is move up like that, measure everything, and then
spin it around.
Pivot back into range.
Pivot back into range. Sort of go back to it and go, I'm not happy with the angle. That'll pivot it and not re-measure.
Yeah. Done that enough times.
Mm-hmm. But I suppose that's the beauty of being
Matt
able
Green.
to watch all these.
Thank you, Matt Green, for some suggestions for my bullet things to put on my screen next time. How do you flip a digital table? Why won't it? What? It still won't die. I did say I'm trying to find a computer part that I don't need. I'm going to drill a hole in it. So maybe an old graphics card from somewhere, and I'll do a ceremonial burning of it And
What are the three little units at the top? I can't see what they are from here.
Nightmares, they are.
Nightmares.
Nightmares.
Yeah, 3 regiments of nightmares.
So these have got
quite
short range
handy little
shooting.
regiments.
Yeah. So short range
Slave
shooting.
nightmares.
Boomer regiments.
Yeah, 12-inch steady aim, 9 shots.
So what? Yeah, not terrible in combat either.
No, they're not, because they're basically the same sort of thing, aren't they? Great big stuff with guns. Bane Chant is just got a Bane Chant off there.
Yeah, it's Bane chanted his nice shock troops because cushion strength 1 never is enough. I assume that's the Macwar one. Yeah.
Yeah, it will be. That's the one, shock troop caterpillar. They're almost a given now in most armies. Them.
Yeah.
Jesse's boots and Macwars. Unless, of course, your army comes with Pathfinder anyway.
In which case, Blessing of the Gods and Chant of Hate become the 2 standard items.
Oh, yes. Oh.
I did get weakness off.
Is that weakness or is that Cloak of Death? Mother Chrysler, does she have Cloak of Death? Putting a wound on?
You say forgot combat. That could be a mistake.
Yeah, Chrysler has death, yeah, so that's
the Cloak of Death, yeah, so that's what the 1 wound on all the units is. Hey, 60
attacks, 30 hits, 21 wounds, yeah.
And then 11 for nerve. Look at that.
Oh.
It would have been funny with a double 1, though.
Yeah. There you go. Look. See, there's nothing wrong with UB dice.
UB dice are perfectly acceptable. There we go. Kaboom.
Oh, only four on the. I was only
damage.
D3s, wasn't it?
What piercing is it?
Yeah, the D3s.
It's in 2, I think. Last breath. 2 D3 hits at piercing 2.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so that's your 3 damage. Yes, I agree, Stephen Pierce. Sharpness is worth points, but only on regiments, not on hordes. It's very expensive on hordes.
Ah.
It's worth its weight in beard ornaments for Brock Riders.
That's why he backed the other guys off, because they'd have taken the last breath as well.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
All units engaged. So he was obviously confident he was going to kill them and didn't want to have to take the damage on the other unit.
Yeah, you see, experienced Ratkin players.
But Mike doesn't have any long range shooting, so it wouldn't make much difference anyway. You just take damage, but you don't take a nerve check. It's not. Yeah, but still, you got more than enough damage.
Could have taken another 4 or 5 damage. 4 damage, maybe.
Done, yeah.
Then they're on 9, aren't they?
So 9 at 5s and 2s. That's the Vermintide, is it?
Is it not 4s there?
Yeah, this is the
shock troops.
The shock troops. The Vermintide did 3 wounds on the slaves. This is the shock troops in the woods.
Yeah. Onto nightmares. Wavering.
Wavered, yeah. That's not a bad result.
Is it? Oh, they must have rally something or other there, because that's a 16 kills them.
Yeah, it's what's his face in the chariot at the back.
Ah, yeah, rally 2. Yeah.
Yeah. He's within 6 inches of them.
Yeah. Forget that everything's got slave as a keyword.
It has. The slave nightmares, slave tunnel runners. The only thing that doesn't in this, I think, is the decimators, isn't it?
Yeah.
So very
turn
handily
3.
placed. Wow. Flying through.
So what do we see here then? Decimators move up onto the hill and start shooting at the...
Well, they've not taken part so far. But he needs to get them in there. So if you can get them decimators up on a hill, move the slaves forward.
See, I would charge those slaves into the play. I would do. No, I'd move them close enough to take the token for the slaves, but not
not engage.
Yeah,
because I mean, with the stealthy, the stealthy's going to cut down on the shooting, but he still might be able to cause enough wounds with those decimators.
Yeah,
they're on
5,
10 already. They've
yeah.
So it's what, 20 shots at 5s?
25 at 5.
So 7 hits.
Well, his leader point, you can do it from there, can't he? He's in 12, I guess, is he, Bob?
Which one? These ones?
The right hand unit. Yeah.
Yeah, they're in 12.
And the leader point's on the hill.
The leader point's on the hill. He just so he's going to take cover anyway. Just depends on what he decides to do with them. And then what he's going to do to unstick the centre and the left flank now. Because with his deployment of most of his stuff being on the right-hand side and Steve's fast-moving stuff being on his right-hand side, down Mike's left, it's now... You've got that arc of units covering those 2 objectives and still being able to support the centre as well.
Yeah, Mike has to move his slave wretches forward to claim that token and suicide them basically.
Now it's Steve's unit within 3, just within 3. So it'd be contesting it. He'd need to get something else there to take that objective, because at the moment he's it'd just be contesting it. And in fact, Steve's have got a horde and a character within 3 inches of it, so he can't just sneak up there and pinch it. He's going to have to fight for it. What is he?
Oh, is he trying to
going
charge
for the warriors?
I don't think he can make that gap.
No, I think that's what he was checking. They can't move back because of the nightmares at the moment.
Yeah.
Bit tight. It's the problem with lots of hordes and stuff that big.
It is with an army like this. You get in your own way all the time.
That's more than 90 degrees.
I don't think they're going to get around there, are they?
No, not without him either backing the decimators away and then there.
Yeah, he'd have to.
That's probably the only option. And he'll have to try and take those warriors out with the decimators now by moving them forward.
Yeah.
Oh, he's backed off in the centre. Missed that.
Yeah, the wavered ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have much option.
No, true. And turn and shoot them with the
other guys. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't. That was a charge without a problem, really, for Steve there. He could just charge them in without any penalty, really. Yeah, there you go. That's a pretty dominant position for those decimators.
It is, isn't it?
Considering there's a token right behind them so they have to be killed.
And the defense 4, but they've got a fairly high nerve.
21-23. They've got the best nerve in the game.
Yeah. And the slave driver will give them inspiring. Because it used to be in V2, he only inspired slaves, but they changed it in V3 to he just got inspiring, which is great for 55 points. Fantastic character for the Abyssal Dwarfs.
Bob, there's a question here. Is Bob drinking out of a jar? A nice evening's pint of blackcurrant jam?
No, it's a tiki glass. It's one of these Polynesian things, and it's energy drink.
It is getting to
because
beer
I'm
o'clock.
I'm on a teetotal week this week.
So you're drinking lots and lots of sugar and caffeine?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. So we've got the half-breed there is eyeing up just popping into the hack paws.
It could, with a bit of luck, take one of those units out.
12,
I mean,
14,
hitting on 3s. What, 5 attacks or is it 6 attacks?
It's 6 attacks.
6 attacks, yeah. With a good hit, it'd be 3s and 2s, yeah. So with a good roll, it can put them into 8s. It's just above your average roll on 2d6. So,
yeah.
Well, I say that unadvisedly, of course. Lots of I don't want to start a mass movement of people testing out the probabilities of 2d6.
Oh, there's some serious thinking going on now.
There is. There's lots of tape measures coming out.
Tape measures out. Takes them out of thinking.
Yeah. If any more tape measures go out, there's going to be a demon appears in the middle of the cross there, and
yeah, accidentally summon something onto the battlefield. Mutant rat fiend or something.
This is what the game needs. If you use tape measures, a demon appears in the middle of the board.
As the overseers of the game, can we decide that Bob does have control to play? You just teleport a unit into the middle and see what they do. Just drop a dragon in the middle and see what they do.
Boom! Surprise! Ho ho ho!
The world's shortest run of casting. One live stream before nobody will come on.
Yes. Yeah, don't go on there. You don't know what random shit's can happen in the middle of the game.
Oh, so the half-breed has gone for it.
Yeah, he's gone for one of those units. I thought he might do. There's good odds, and he's quite tanky when it comes to getting hit back.
Yeah,
he's got a good nerve, and obviously with being an individual, you can't flank him. What's he going to do with the tunnel runners? Oh, discretion is the better part of valor.
Well, they are rats. I mean, what do you expect?
It's true.
The special characters wandered forward, so they were going, yeah, good idea, boss. You go forward. We'll just step back a little bit.
Can you see us? No. Okay, sit down.
Oh God. Matt Green's come out with Kings of War with NPCs, wandering characters.
Oh dear. Yeah.
Controlled by the audience. Yes.
We could take
Vote
a poll.
now.
Vote now.
King of Hearts audience participation.
Okay, decimators of. Oh, that's not good.
Oh, 7 wounds.
That's not good.
They're not going to be very happy when it comes to the nerve check.
Those rats are
No.
for exiting.
Yeah. Now, what the guys in the nightmare's going to shoot at? Yeah, he's pondering the same thing. Oh, he's going to go for the brood mother.
Yeah, well, she's height 3, so.
Well, he's got a clear view from his unit centre point, hasn't he?
Yeah, but this is from decimators.
Oh, it's the decimators. Oh, of course, yeah. Missed the template.
Over the top, so
Or is-
that'll be hit.
Or is he might be changing his mind there and going for the other one. No.
Or
I'll
is
have
that
to
the
remember
brute,
for the next one.
is that the brute enforcer actually, the one next to the shop?
No, that's another brood mother.
Ah.
So
Here we go.
ooh. Is that only 4 wounds?
Yeah. Vicious. 5 wounds.
Ah. And what's the nerve on a brood mother?
12, 14.
Ooh. So 7s to waver. Unless something else is going to shoot. They're going to shoot at the unit. Oh, lots of 1s and 2s there. Three wounds on the unit. Nerve checks. I don't think they're going to last very much longer. No, they're gone.
Yeah, dead.
Bye.
Right. Oh, 15.
Dead. So that's 9, 11, 10 for 3 successive nerve rolls. Wavered?
Wavered.
Wavered. 15.
What is that?
Oh, it's next to the tangle.
Oh,
That's rally, doesn't it?
yeah, it's rally. Yeah.
That was close.
These guys not on video or audio together then?
Yeah, they
Yeah, I
are.
think they are,
They're on. They'll be on Messenger, voice call.
So they're just being nice for us then, letting us know what's going on.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Only 6 hits. 3 wounds.
Yeah, that is 21.
21.
They're wavered.
Yeah.
Unless they've got some additional rally somewhere near.
No, the rat do.
They'll still be rallying anyway, wouldn't they? Unless they're wavered anyway.
Yeah.
Ouch.
That's right, flank's looking a bit stronger now.
I think he's forgotten that. They were the vicious rerolls, the 4 and 6. So it's 4 wounds, not bad, but only 5 for the nerve.
Has he forgotten the horde in the middle?
There's no combat there. They backed off, remember? The wavered unit backed away.
No, the
Yeah.
Horde versus the Swarm.
Oh yeah.
The other Horde.
No, the Vermintide.
Yeah, he's not fought the Vermintide.
It's about
And
now when he's not moving around that he starts remembering.
He's moved on though. He's forgotten them. That could hurt.
Oh no, he's remembered. Here we go.
There we go.
There we go. You've got the game in real time, have you, somewhere, Bob?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's my. I've got the game in real time, so that it's the screen's coming up on the cast. So I've got it off to my. That's why I keep looking to my left, is because I see it momentarily before it happens on the screen here.
Yeah, I was going to say, because you commented before we saw it.
Yeah.
Either that or he's got some weird ass shit going on with his precognition.
If I could, that'd be fantastic.
That'd be. You could just do
Like-
it. I could. Couple of seconds
Like
of
the
pre.
Paul Atreides of tournaments.
Real thought, oh yeah, good move. I think he's got that token.
Yeah, well, he's got more unit strength within 3 inches of it now. There it goes. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good call.
that was a good
Good
overrun
remembered.
roll, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, well remembered.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, the only
So
thing
what-
I can't see are the YouTube comments because I've run out of screens.
What's
I've
the
got-
YouTube channel called, Bob?
It's Shay Troll.
Yeah, but the YouTube comments come up on the live comments on the right hand side of the main screen, Bob. Which is private chat or you're using all the
There we go.
I've got all the control bits on.
yeah. That's all right. Anything
Sorry,
that's interesting.
Set to private chat for me, so I couldn't see all the live. So are they the comments that people are posting on YouTube? Then are they, John?
Yes, yeah, they are live. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Hey Rob, did you look back over the game your game with me that I recorded?
No, I haven't had a chance. I was going to ask you at some point where that.
With me going slightly insane because I'm just talking to myself.
I mean, I watched it on the day.
We should have done it on this if I'd known that we could have jumped off Zoom for our game and done it properly, so you weren't talking to yourself.
It depends on. I didn't really know you, so I didn't know whether that was something you wanted to do or you thought about. So.
No, I'd be happy whenever. I'm not bothered.
Yeah.
I know full well I don't know what I'm doing, so I don't care.
There you go, John. You can book it for one of your 4-foot snake games.
Yeah, more than happy to have a game there. I don't. I tend to just choose people to have games with because I see this as a social thing. Tournaments is fine, you can play, but for the actual cast, it's more of people I know who I've interacted with in real life, and then or in other games, and use them.
I know what you mean.
So they're going to have a bit of banter because when you're playing and doing the commentary at the same time, you need to have that two-way conversation. You can't just go, yeah, no, yeah, fine. It's like, I mean, I have those calls when I'm working. Never mind.
I don't need that. That's what I did all day. I sat on Teams and Zoom meetings all day. I don't want it at night as well.
No,
This is true. So it looks like the slaves at the top there. He's moved up the brood mother and healed one wound on him. She's moved back because she's wavered.
Yeah.
And he's moving the Tangle up to use its mystical healing powers on that shock troop unit.
He needs it.
Just
It
a bit.
really does, yeah, because at the moment he's staring down there. the barrels of 50, 50 decimators. If all Mike has to do is disengage those slaves, and shoot him. But we'll see what Steve does with this turn. So the shock troops in the middle going back in, and he's popped their plague pot.
Yeah, because he'll kill this.
Claws are coming off.
Yeah, so hopefully he'll kill those nightmares, then pivot round to face the slaves, because there's nothing really in his rear that he needs to worry about. Assuming now that the tunnel runners are so far back that they can't interact. Where? What? Eh?
Well, they are nimble, but...
Have we got some weird shenanigan things going on here?
Yeah, I think he was just seeing what his options were, because he can't move through that.
Is that
he can't?
Whatever it's called now.
I think they're mighty, aren't they?
Yes, it is. Yeah. So pivot.
Otherwise, you could just charge straight through.
You can still get through. You can still a flank charge into that.
Into the overmaster thing. Yeah.
Should be able to.
Nice.
I think.
It's always random when you watch UB. It's bouncing around like anything. They're definitely on something.
Take the training wheels off. Right. And how far away are they? The nightmares just out of range, that regiment. Yeah, I think they all are. I think it's going to be down to what the hack paws do on that flank.
Well, Steve needs to do something with his unit on the units on the left hand side there, because otherwise he's lost the game.
Yeah, because he either needs to get something across or behind. I was wondering whether that was what he was trying to do with that hack paw unit, was move it, see how far he could get through the gap, and see if he could get it out of the charge arc of the tunnel runners behind the overmaster, so he was in a position to slip in the back there and maybe threaten one or two of those objectives at the back of Mike's decimators and nightmares. But one unit of hack paws on their own aren't going to be able to threaten too much, are they?
No. I mean, you've got massive amount of unit strength. You've got unit strength 8 on that, protecting that the right hand side token.
Yeah.
And then the decimator's got no reason to move, so they'll just stay there. So that's 8.
Yeah.
It's a lot to shift that.
Mm.
I mean, even if he finishes off the wretches with his shock troops up in the top right there, they're quite badly damaged. And they've already fired off their stealthy, so they'll get at least one round of shooting before they can do anything.
How far are the chariots from the middle unit? If he turns to face the right, does he risk getting charged by bottom chariots? What are they charging? 16?
18. Yeah, 16-inch charge. Yeah, sorry.
16-inch charge.
Yeah.
He might actually be able. Is he able to turn and get out of arc potentially?
I think he can now that they move back 2 inches. They move back while and when. I think they move back far enough that he can do a pivot there, full pivot.
Mm.
Which is the only way that he's good. They'll have to just munch through units after unit after unit But I mean, he's relying there on the character's gone charging into the other unit of
Whatever
Slave
they are.
Nightmares. Yeah.
To
Yeah,
protect
it's
that
the
flag.
special character. The mother cries. A brood
What's
mother has gone into the nightmares. I mean, the shock troops should be able to get rid of the other nightmares, the ones on 10 wounds, and then they can pivot round.
So here we go.
Start threatening things.
Steve did get that goes round. I thought he would be.
Right. So he's gone for the double charge. Right.
Yeah. That should be killed, and even better then. That really does.
Well, it puts him in a good position with his free reform. He still might lose one of those units to tunnel runners.
Yeah, he will do.
But they'll be in a better position to start threatening the left flank of Mike's units. But they have no Pathfinder or anything like that, so they'll be at a disadvantage fighting through the woods. Hitting on 5s, are the 14 attacks per unit?
Yeah. What's Steve doing with his nightmares? Considering they've got 12-inch range shooting,
I don't know. I mean, initially they looked like they were just there to, if anything came up, then they were going to get all 3 units shooting at them to hold on to that objective. Well, now that objective's become very important because Steve really needs to get all 3 of his and stop Mike from getting anywhere near that, which is, I think, why he's thrown both of those hack paws into the character.
Yeah. I assume Steve's within 3 inches of the red blob on the left-hand side from his hack paws. No, from the
bottom one.
The bottom one.
Oh, this one here. Yes, he is just.
Yeah.
So he'll be able to pick that one up.
Yeah. So looking for turn 4 to start causing some damage to the tunnel runners.
Yeah.
Where's the 12-inch bubble to the right and the unit on the hill, Bob?
The decimators. Just clears the wall near the wavered sign. So
they're just sitting.
Quite.
I'm assuming he countercharged the top right. He hasn't backed off, has he?
No, I think he has, or he's going to declare it. But like I say, we can't hear what they're saying, so he may well have just told Mike that he's countercharging.
Wasn't that wavered? I thought they were.
He took the wavered token off that at the top there.
Is that when he figured out they weren't actually wavered? Or
unless it's does the tangle get rid of wavering? Do we know? I don't know. He just took the wavered token off them. So he's
Aura Fury. It's got Aura Fury.
There you go. Yeah, so there you go. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You live and learn.
Yeah.
I should have paid more attention to the army list before we started this. Then I'd know what I was talking about, but there we go. Another thing to put on my snag list.
No, you don't want to read it. You don't want to read the list or be aware of the list. Just it's all a surprise then. It's all fun.
Go with the randomness.
Okay,
It's
so
like being,
Shooting the half.
Yeah, everybody's shooting a half breed.
He's pouring it on.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Matt G, we got it. We knew it. It's a fairy aura.
A fairy aura.
Be sat there because I do it myself when I'm watching the Dash 28 or a 4-foot snake. Sit there and go, you know what it is? Come on, you should know what it is.
Hey, the rats. We're not
Always
paying
the
attention to rats.
always the oracle when you're not taking part, eh?
So on, yeah. Everybody's an armchair at general when they're watching something.
Apparently, reading army lists is about as likely as people reading tournament packs.
Yeah.
I was going to say that earlier. The number of people I get that turn up and they go, "Oh, I haven't really read the pack." Well, what we played first game, it's in the pack.
No one reads packs, and unless you get into a dispute, and then they're like, "Well, in the pack it says," you're like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!"
Yeah.
In subclause 4, paragraph 3, subsection J.
I think it says that I win.
Well, he's wavered the half-breed champion there. That's a good result, to be honest, because he's in a good position to interfere with stuff. And like I said before, he can take things out. Yeah. So now with the Bane-chanted flank charge on that Overmaster, a hindered charge in the front.
That's the Overmaster gone.
Ooh. That's not looking good down there. There we go. Here comes the combat for that.
Yeah. $1 million.
And they're thinking about it.
1 million ones.
30.
Oh, there you go. Oh no, I thought there was more ones in there.
18 hits. Ooh.
That's that's
hits.
elite. Vicious, sorry.
Yeah.
Elite.
12 damage. So that's put
bad.
him. Oh, it's dash 16, isn't it? So yeah.
I think he's in trouble.
He's very much in trouble. Even with the hindered thing coming in the front with 4 hits, he's done another 2 wounds.
2 more damage, yeah.
Double ones.
No.
Yeah, I didn't get it. He's gone.
He's out there.
Right, so now it'd be interesting to see what Steve does with the reforms of these units. He's probably going to have to pivot the bottom unit to face and turn. See, but the problem is, if he can he turn that top unit where it's not going to get flank charged by the tunnel runners at the bottom?
Yeah, that'll do. There, that's fine.
Yeah, they won't fit in that gap.
Yeah, they're going to fit in that gap. Friday's getting a nice clear side. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Perfect. So combat on the other side, the shock troops versus the wretches.
Yeah.
$12 damage.
Well, that's not bad.
That's not going enough, though.
No. 12. What's that?
19.
18. Is that wavered?
Yes, that is wavered.
Really?
Yeah. 1821, they've got a large waiver gap.
They haven't marked it, though.
No.
There's not any lurking...
Has his Overmaster got the horn of a slave driver, sorry. Oh, he's just within 6 inches of them.
Slave driver
so he's rally 1.
Rally
so
1.
They're not wavered. 19. Excellent. I hadn't spotted he was that close. So what's gone on now? Or was he double wand it?
No. No.
Double six.
That's their amount.
Whoa!
You gotta be.
Yeah. I think the double one was the brood mother on the other nightmares. So he's double wand against the nightmares, and he's double sixed against the other nightmares.
I don't think that's double one when he needed a very high roll to get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Check your
But
ear out, Steve. Check your ear out, Steve.
Starting to look a bit more healthy. Yeah, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16. So he's a good inch and a half away from their charge range. He's okay.
What's he doing with that? Oh, he's put them back to where they were. Okay.
Making decisions. Deliberating.
I think he's just checking that there's no chance of a corkscrew charge from that nightmare regiment into his shock troops. Because if they pull back, they can see.
Yeah, they can. He needs to be slightly less pivot than that.
Yeah. So he's. But the question is, has he done?
Yeah. Has he?
No, he's still half an inch out of their charge range. He's not done. He's not done my favourite trick of pivoting into somebody else.
Into the range. Yeah.
Mm.
Standard about once per game. That.
Yeah.
You check everything and then either pivot or miss one unit, and you're like, oh, okay, flank charge from that dragon. Okay.
That's the one. Although in our house, a flank charge from a dragon is called the laycock manoeuvre. If you've ever been to a Golden Troll tournament in Preston, you'll know what I mean.
That's just wrong, Bob. Oh dear.
Okay.
I need a beer, so I'll be back in a second.
No worries. Right.
So my money's still on. It's not on Steve, is it? Let's be honest. It's on Mike.
Well, he's pulling it back, but I don't know whether he's got the hitting power to take out those 3 units that are sitting there on the tokens. I mean, the shock troops now, they're not going to be. They're all right because they're not hindered, but they are damaged.
Yeah.
What are they? What are they going to do to rectify the situation? Because once they've chewed through the nightmares, if they're not, that left-hand decimator unit's got them in its sights.
Yeah.
So they're going to take some damage from that. The other shock troop horde is very poorly indeed, and it still hasn't managed to chew through those wretches.
Yeah, the wretches are going to. That was a big one there because the wretches are going to finish. Could finish that off next turn.
Yeah, the fact that they didn't, they came very close to wavering them.
Yeah,
but they didn't manage to finish them off. I think Steve can hold on to that objective from the left-hand side, denying Mike those 2 points, but he needs then to take one of those objectives, probably the one from under the nightmares. So he's got to concentrate on that and hold the centre to get the win.
Yeah. Because
I don't think he's going to be able to get the token all the way over behind that right-hand decimator unit. Not unless he's can get something behind there that's fast-moving, and all his fast-moving stuff is, I mean, either staring down a unit of tunnel runners or a trudge through the woods.
Yeah, it's actually a really good point. The Steve only needs to get one more token.
How are we looking?
Well, we were just discussing what Steve needs to get to win, and we were saying he only needs one token, possibly the one that's under the nightmares here.
Yeah.
And hold on to the token that his nightmares are sitting on at the top, and keep holding on that centre one, and he can win. Whereas as Mike needs to be, he's got 2 tokens. He's got probably no chance of getting that one under the nightmares up there now, because all he's got is the half breed.
How far can the top unit of slaves go if they keep going towards the house?
Well, if they start going around there, he's going to be exposing his rear to like the tangle and the other brood mother. Are they going to go into the tangle?
Yeah.
So he's trying to clear that side now, and then what he'll do is he'll pivot the decimators round and try and hold off on that one and see if he can shoot away all the stuff in the centre, because he needs to get he needs to hold on to those 2 tokens. If he loses one, he'll need the centre one to win, and so will Steve.
It's just going to come down to how good those decimators are at shooting
the unit in the middle.
Yeah, from what I've seen of decimators, they can dish it out, can't they? It's a lot of shots.
Yeah.
And they're not too shabby in combat either. You throw a horde of decimators into combat. They've got quite a few attacks. In fact, that's what he's looking at doing there. There we go, flanking the broodmother.
Oh,
that's a nifty move.
Yeah.
And because the slave driver is yielding, he's just run straight through. Excellent. I mean, I was too busy thinking about the shooting and not thinking about the fact that they are good in combat. And as soon as I said it, he charged them into combat.
Yeah.
And he must be fairly confident he's going to get rid of that shock troop unit there if he's turned his decimators side on like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to get some shooting in on the wave, whatever it was, the one of 4 wounds at the top there.
The broodmother.
Yeah, I think that's what he's looking at.
Yeah, that's the backup broodmother. Because, I mean, that's dishing out rallying and inspiring to it all round it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, he's double charging. He's making sure that he's... I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I know about that one. That's.
I mean, he can do the charge. Just did he need to? Is the thing, because he's now left that token
unguarded.
It's not covered by anybody. And these guys are fast as. Even what turn are we on? Turn 3 for Steve. So he's got 3 turns.
He'll take 2 turns for those dwarfs to get wandered back into range.
Yeah, no, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You know,
I wouldn't have done that.
No, it's a bit.
A weird one.
Yeah, I mean, I would have just left them sitting on the hill. They were in a nice, strong position.
Yep, I'd turn them slightly, not quite directly facing left, but certainly sort of east northeast.
Because I mean, even if he kills that unit, which he more than likely will do now.
Yeah.
And reforms facing to the centre of the board.
Yeah.
It's still going to take him 2 turns to sidestep to within 3 inches of that token, like you were saying. It's going to take him 2 turns to get back there.
Yeah, and 2 turns.
He doesn't want to turn all the way round and walk downwards because there's still stuff up there that could rear charge him.
Yeah,
Because Broodmother's nimble. Nimble large infantry.
Okay, so we'll see what tunnel runners can do against the Hackpaws. Should absolutely murder them.
Well, should do. Should muller straight through them. But stranger things have happened at sea.
That's one way of putting it.
Well, yeah.
It's interesting because Steve's got. I suppose he's relying on his nightmares then to come in for the second turn, and
yeah. Well, he's gonna. I think he's gonna. He was lucky when he wavered the. It's regenerated all but one of the wounds.
Yeah.
When he wavered that guy, but another turn of shooting. He might get another lucky waiver.
Come back. Here we go.
Right.
So tunnel runners, 24 attacks on 4s, 12 damage, then and killing on 2s.
So 15 hits.
14 damage, dead.
Boof. Oh, it came close. But there was no... I don't think his rallying was in range. Now, what are they going to do?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to threaten the stuff in the centre because I think he's given up hope of getting that objective up at the top there.
I mean, effectively, Max now created a barrier, a sort of a protective wall on two sides of that of those tokens there. That's going to take some munching through.
It is. And at the moment, it's 4 plays 3. So Steve needs at least one of the other tokens.
Yeah.
But if he does manage to get it, then he's going to put Mike on the back foot because he'll now then need to get that centre.
Yeah, yeah.
I assume all 3 units of decimators are either out of arc or range of charging the flank of that chariot unit. The top 2 look like they're out of range, and the bottom one looks like it's out of arc.
The bottom one's out of arc. He's pivoted just enough to get it out of arc, and those 2 are about half an inch short, and that's about 2.5 inches short.
Yeah, so they're going to have to walk and shoot.
That's right. Yeah. Although this guy's in the flank, the brute enforcer with the blade of slashing. How many attacks does he have?
Brute enforcer has only 3 attacks.
So 6 attacks. Crushing 1.
Crushing 2.
Ooh. So you could put some hurt on there. He wouldn't break them, but he could certainly.
15 on the brood mother lady.
Wavered.
Ooh.
No.
Wavered the brood mother. Wow.
How's he only done that?
Well, what's its nerve? It's the special character one.
It's 13, 15 plus whatever it is from rally.
Well, that's it because he got 10 and then he rolled a 5. Yeah. So whatever its rallying is, made it up to.
Okay. So they're up to 16, and then you've got the decimators going in now.
Yeah, they're going to seal the deal, aren't they?
Yeah, that should do.
Oh!
Pretty good. You roll things like that, yeah.
12, then a 7, yeah. Boof. Right. Let's see how he goes about the reform.
Just reverse. Oh, no. No.
He's checking to see. Oh, right. Nope, he's not leaving it like that. I did wonder for a second then.
Is that how he's left them? Yeah.
It would appear so.
Is there no flank charge from the broodmother?
Yes.
Looks like. How many attacks
Yes.
the Broodmother?
5 attacks.
So
10
attacks on a unit with 12. It'd be hindered, obviously, because he's left it with the wall, but hitting on 4s, 10 attacks. Is it crushing 1?
Yeah, crushing 1, yeah.
Chance of a cheeky kill
Yeah,
there, isn't there?
especially on a slave wretch unit, because it's still got the rallying from the slave driver who's sitting there, but it's on 12 already. 5 or 6 wounds and a semi decent nerve roll, and they've gone. But then, of course, the broodmother would then cop for.
Yes.
Obviously, the broodmother's decided that discretion is the better part of valor.
And drain life. She's got drain life 5. So she can cost some aggro.
I think he was seeing whether he could flank charge this decimator unit.
Mm.
In fact, he's in the rear, so he can't.
It's where he can get to that corner. You can't get to the corner.
No. Which way is she facing?
I'm assuming sort of bottom right.
She's facing down. Yeah, she's facing bottom left.
All right.
So she's facing towards the tangle. So that's why he's set these slave wretches up like that, because she's facing the way away.
Yeah.
So she can see the rear of the decimators, but can't get to it. Hmm. And she's in arc of the decimators.
Mm.
Nasty.
I wondered which way you go with these.
Take out the high unit strength.
Well, it's the best unit to do it, isn't it?
Yeah. They'll also make sure that he's outside of range of the chariots.
Yeah.
Or more to be outside of range. Although I think
That's a very good point.
Although I expect the hack post to sort of intercede there and just park up and turn, go into the woods.
Yeah, because they can't actually see anything worth charging, can they?
No, because everything's the same height, all height 3.
Yeah, and they're only in the bottom. They're only in the top wood, so they can't see the nightmares there at the bottom because they're on the backside of the wrong wood.
I think he's
Very interesting combo.
Trying to see if he can see past that edge of that wood, isn't he? To the nightmares.
I think he is, yeah. Because if he can, he's in the flank. See, it just depends on what they agree between them, whether he can or not. Because the broodmother's wavered in the middle there. So those nightmares are unengaged. So. Oh, he changed his mind. Well, now if he doesn't get rid of that, he'll be catching a chariot in the flank.
Well, even if he gets rid of it, he's going to have trouble.
Yeah.
He's done it, so he's got something to charge with the other unit, hasn't he? Because he'll now
he's going to charge the hack paws into the decimators.
Yeah.
To get them out of the way.
And stop them shooting next turn.
Indeed.
And then accept.
Well, they're not going to take him.
And then turn the shock troops round to face the chariots. The chariots are going to have to go through the woods. They'll sort of lose 1 TC.
They've got boots of striding.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got the boots of striding, so they've got a one shot.
You'd still take the chances there. They're relatively unharmed.
Yeah. They're not gonna break that unit from the front, I don't think.
No.
Does that
especially if he gets
the shock paws? Are they within 3 of that bottom objective now?
Let's have a look. The lines go under the unit, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah,
but they're very close. And if they take out those nightmares, well, the broodmother will be anyway. She's definitely within 3 inches of it.
So that way,
you'll
be able to remove that objective, then, won't he?
He will be able to. It's a very canny way of doing it, actually. Takes out the nightmares, it picks up that objective, and then we're back in the scenario I was saying before of they're fighting, they'll be scrapping over that middle. And it may well be then that Mike might regret moving that decimator up the board away from that one. Because if by some miracle those hack paws don't die, or the broodmother could go out, she could nip out from that gap there.
Yeah, and steal it.
And take that objective.
Yeah.
All hypothetical, of course.
All good until you roll a double 1.
Too soon, man. Too soon.
Oh, sorry.
Cool. They've gone in for the kill. Stops him interfering with anything else. I thought he might have shot him, but that's the safer option, I think. Now, what's the brute going to do? He's going to do that. He's just going to stand right in front of them. No, maybe not. Because then if he stood right in front of him, he could get some shooting into them as well. But yeah, exactly an inch away. So what are these guys going to do? Move down. Have a shot, yeah. Oh. I don't think Mike's got anything that could squirt past there and get that objective. He's pretty much closed all those avenues off at the moment. So it's fairly safe for him to leave it.
Yeah.
It's turn 4, turn 5. Marches that way. How far is it from that top slave unit to that left-hand objective? 18 inches.
20 inches. 20 inches away. So if they kill the tangle and reform face, because they move 5, aren't they? It is a long way to go. They only need to get within 3 of it, and I mean they've got a big high unit strength, but
still need 2 turns to do it though.
They do, yeah.
Hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Well, you just do this. It's dead easy to sit here, isn't it?
It is. It's easy to comment on it. It's sometimes for me when I'm watching these, and I mean this is the first one that I've hosted, but actually looking at them and trying to think, you can take that step back and think what you would do in the situation. The hard thing is I've not played Rat King before, so it's not knowing what everything does. We've been groping about in the dark a bit. But the beauty of Kings of War is that the game is the game. Everything has similarities, no matter what the local flavour of it is for the different factions. So you can pretty much sort of work out what people are doing. I mean, you look at how the game's going, and we've speculated on what they're going to do and stuff, but we're not playing. We're just looking down, and those 2 guys are sitting there looking at it, and they might see something that we don't, and we might see something that they don't. It's like the decimators going in the top. We're looking at it thinking, yeah, he's going to sit tight on that objective and guard it. And he obviously saw that he thought that his slaves wouldn't take that shock troop out, so he had to back them up with something. It's just, like you say, hindsight.
There is always a good tactic that I always get sort of mentioned, that there's sometimes not too much thing as overkill, because it can be worse to underkill.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's off that objective now, but if he had failed on that unit at the top, he'd be in a worse position, I think.
He probably would be, yeah, because he'd then be facing.
And they would have probably potentially killed his slave unit back.
So this is shooting.
Yeah, shooting.
Shooting at the tunnel runners, yeah.
Yeah, tunnel runners.
So he's caused 3 hits. That's not. They are quite high defence, though, aren't they?
They've only hit on 5s because they've moved, have they?
Do not have steady aim.
Well, I thought they would have. Yeah, they have steady aim.
All right.
They had cover from the other unit. They had cover from the other unit.
Oh, of course, yeah. The back unit will have cover from firing around the front unit. Right. And a 5 for nerve.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh.
Hey. Oh, onto the. Sorry, they were looking. Where the hell's the wavered gone? I was checking.
No, I think he's
moved the wavered off.
Took it off, didn't he?
Yeah. So combat on the half breed.
Attacks hitting on 4s. 7 for its nerve, and it's on 7s 14. Dead. And again 9. It's dead.
Dead.
13, I think.
13, 15, I think, aren't they?
I don't think they were that high.
12, 14.
12, 14.
12, 14.
Yeah. But a 9 on top of the old 7.
So those tunnel runners aren't long for the world. They'll get a charge in on that, whatever that big beast.
The Brute Enforcer.
Yeah.
But they're flanked now by those
Okay, so here we go.
nightmares.
Hack paws. Steve,
Well, not too bad. 7 hits and a double 6.
That must be for.
Oh, that was his vicious. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I need to clean my glasses on him.
So 6 damage to them, but they'll stop shooting next turn.
Yeah.
So this is the big one.
Oh, yeah.
12.
That's vicious again, is it? Yeah. Oh.
Oh,
Oh!
they're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so that's that objective now for. Let's have a look. See now.
I'm just going to pop.
Yeah, they're definitely within 3.
Yeah, no worries, Tom.
So yeah, he'll be able to pick that objective up at the end of his turn, and then it's all to play for the centre. Because Michael need to cover that one now. The one on the far side.
Oh, right one, yeah.
This is the tangle. Ooh, go up. Oh, 10. Blooming heck. 7.
7,
No,
10, 19, 22. They're gone.
I think they might be. Yes, they are. They're dead. Wow.
Oh, that spoils any plans.
What's he rolled there? 5d6. Oh, last breath.
Yeah.
So it's put 3 wounds onto his tangle. Turn 5 for Mike. Let's see what he does now then.
Not looking so good at the moment.
No, but I mean he's got some hefty units still left on the table. He's got
So what
those 2 hordes of decimators. So they're going to go back against the hack paws in the centre there. I mean, do you think he should move something down to cover that that objective at the bottom? And if so,
I wonder,
mean,
can the back unit, can that unit that he's just moving, could it reach the hack paws? Can he just click on it before he moves it? Oh, it's too late. Oh, is he going to go for the brood? Right, I was going to say one unit in the brood mother and the other unit in the hack paws to cover that objective. Because he can't move down.
Is it 12-inch charge range on a wretches or 5? 5 inches or 6?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
6.
They're not in, are they? Are they wild charge though?
3,
What are
6, 9, 12. They're into the hack paws, but not. Oh yeah, they're into the brood mother.
Speed 6.
Oh.
The speed 6.
Speed 6. So yeah, they have got the charge range to get into. You could have double charged the hack paws.
I was thinking, if he charges the Tangle and then shoots the Broodmother and charges the hack paws, he potentially kills the Tangle, the hack paws, and the Broodmother this turn.
Oh. All right.
Okay, that's an interesting move. So he's left the mother unattacked.
Is he going to shoot her?
He must have to.
Yeah, he might just pivot that. He'd have to pivot the decimator unit, but then he'd just shoot her. The thing he's got to watch, of course, is if he does nothing about this Broodmother down here, she's just going to walk over to within.
Well, that's the one I was thinking about. Is he not going to shoot that one with the decimators?
Yeah, he has to.
But the problem is he leaves the flank charge then from the.
You have to sacrifice it to stop the. Because also, if you move those forward, you'll get them near the.
He's
Can you get?
He's out of range because they've only got a threat range of 16, haven't they?
Have they?
Yeah, because they move 4 and they shoot 12. So 3, 6, 9,
Yeah, no,
12, 15, 16. Yeah, they're out. They're nearly 19 inches away, so they can't shoot her.
Oh, so you've got to move those estimates to protect that as token.
Well, what he could do is he could throw the little slave driver dude into her. She's on 10 wounds. You know, he caused 1 wound. See if he can get rid of her with a lucky nerve roll. At least hold her up for her.
Does that get him within 3, Bob?
He's not. He's on 4.5 inches away from it there.
So he has to engage that Broodmother, otherwise she's going to take that objective.
Yeah. Because he's only got 1 more turn after this.
There we go, guys.
Possibly 2. Oh, all right.
Oh, what you on?
Churros flavored tequila.
Tequila.
Churros flavored tequila. It was introduced to me by the glorious Texan posse that came over to Clash of Kings down in Cardiff a few years ago, and I picked a bottle up when I was in Texas last time.
Nice.
Jeffrey Swan and Mark Cox, was it?
Yeah, Jeff bought me a bottle from, and yes, extraordinarily nice.
That was my first Clash of Kings, that.
I was so drunk there. Which is amazing.
You weren't the only one.
Which is amazing considering that I wasn't actually playing. I just turned up for the day and overnight. So there.
Plenty of thinking going on here.
You can hear the grinding noise from here, actually.
I'm not surprised. It's a sticky situation to be in because he's got to stop that objective from being raised because he's not really got much hope of getting that one. He's thrown the slave driver in. There we go. Hoping to punt that Broodmother off. So he didn't have a lot of options.
Only 1 attack on a 4.
Yeah, that's the thing. But he has to do something.
And he can walk straight past it because it's not.
Yeah, it's a yielding character. But what else can you do? You know,
to do hoping for 1 wound and a good roll.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, it's the sort of Hail Mary thing that you do, isn't it? When you haven't got anything else you can do. I do loads of stuff like that.
He definitely stinks that long bomb in the last turn of a Blood Bowl game.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. We got there. All right. This is against the hack paws, I think. Oh, that's a big nerve roll. Oh.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 is that? I assume that's not enough.
Oh no, this is against the Tangle, isn't it? At the top there.
Oh, okay. Can't be. How's it 25 attacks?
Because he turned the tangle to face, so they've gone in the front. It's wavered.
Oh, sorry. I thought he'd flanked him. He turned it right. Sorry, yeah.
Oh, no. This is the shooting against the Broodmother. Now we're on combat. I missed the bit that said shooting.
Oh, at the top. Yes, that makes more sense.
So he's wavered that the Broodmother.
Yeah. Oh. You scrolled on the chat, Bob. In the game.
Yeah, my fault. All right. I was looking to see where the shooting started. Right, so now this is combat against the tangle. Is it? No.
No, it's tunnel runners.
It needs to move that that marker off up there. Hey, he must have heard me.
Looks like he heard you, Bob. This is the one. This one needs to go well. This one and the next one. 17 hits.
That's not bad.
That's not so good, though. Assuming they were even on 3s or 4s.
Fours, I think.
It was enough. They're dead.
They're dead, yeah.
8. It was on 4s, yeah.
Right, and then this little one. Is he going to do the slave driver against the Broodmother next?
Go on, slave driver. You can do it.
And we'll see where he leaves these. Oh. Is that moving forwards? Yeah, it's gone 6 forward.
So try and get himself close to that central objective, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
That put him within 3 now of it. Probably
Just out, I think. Yeah, it's just out.
Oh.
Can't go any further because of the shock troopers. So what's that hitting on 6s?
I don't know.
Oh, it's the hindered slaves against the tangle at the top.
That's the tangle. So didn't kill that then.
Yeah, this is the one. He's hit. He's hit. Oh. Phew. Yeah. We realised how important it is to stop her from getting to that.
Problem is, if he loses that one as well, he's in a lot of trouble now.
Yeah.
So that top left one's worth 2 points, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It'll put Steve on 6, and the only thing he can do now is I don't think he's going to get to that unless he can pull off some amazing shenanigans. Yeah, there she goes. Whoosh, straight up there, within 3 inches of it. And shock troops into the decimators. How's he going to get? There we go. Wavering that brute was a real unfortunate one.
Yeah. We're looking for some crazy dice turnaround now.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're both going to go anyway. Shh. I see. Well, I was ignoring the horse, actually. I had seen it when we were setting up, but...
The what, sorry?
I thought it was just... there's a horse on the building.
All right.
Apparently no one has mentioned the horse this time. I did see it, but I didn't mention it. I thought it was just part of the normal scenery. Obviously not. Someone's added a horse to the building.
So they have.
Ooh. So on to the shooting now. See what's going to transpire. Yeah. Or has he changed his mind? I'm going to move something. Yep. Must be thinking about it. Well, that didn't last long, John.
Gone.
Sorry,
just saw the glass being upended. Then, mind you saying that. Churros tequila. When we were in Madrid, we went for churros for breakfast every morning, and then when we went to Malaga, the beginning of the year, they said, "What do you fancy going out for breakfast for?" And I said, "Well, churros." And they said, "Oh, well, something better." And apparently, they have their own version of churros called tejeringos.
Oh,
And it's absolutely gorgeous. So we had that for breakfast with, obviously, low-fat chocolate sauce. Was that being champ?
Which is thick enough to be able to stand everything up in. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, he's Bane chanted his shock troopers. I did wonder what he was going to Bane chant. I think there was that long pause was him thinking about where best to Bane chant. Combat. Where are they going to start? 9, 5s, and 2s.
Is this the tangle, is it?
Yeah. 7 for the nerve, and they're on 14s, 21. I think they might. They're 18. They're 18, 21, aren't they? Slave wretches. Yep, they're gone. So last breath.
No, nice custard croissant at Lake Garda in Italy. Yep.
Yeah.
Totally go for that. Yeah.
Cannot argue with that comment.
That's a quality comment there, Matt. I agree entirely with you.
Right. Let's go. Yes, Matt, it's a decimator horde in the centre combat.
It's not looking so rosy for the rats at the moment.
So 30 fours and twos. Oh, they're gone.
Ouch.
Well, the Bane chanted shock troops, and they're not nice, and they're the best of times shock troops.
No, they eat things. And Bane Chanting is evil. Sorry, I was a bit distracted.
Okay.
It's not looking good.
It is not looking good at all for Mike, unfortunately. I think the fact that Steve worked out what we could see, slipped his brood mother through. I think it was the decision to throw those decimators up to the top there that
Yep. We said just take
allowed
2
that
turns.
opening.
It's 2 turns for it to get back.
Yeah. And unfortunately, that losing the nightmares to the shock troops didn't give him 2 turns to get them back there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. 22 wounds.
Another one to protect it.
Yeah, I know.
And there we go. Take the token.
Yeah.
Game over, man. Game over.
So, turn 6. What do you do?
What were we saying? How do you virtually flip a table?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Steve's saying this is his last gasp at getting a rat kid army that wins games without his giant winged rat demon thing. It's not done so badly.
No, I'm not sure there's much way back from this now, is there?
No, I don't think so. I think it's there's nothing that Mike can do that can alter the result of this game now. Not with one horde of decimators. And oh yeah, his slave driver's still alive. I hadn't spotted him.
Don't underestimate the slave driver.
Well, he had his chance at a quick punt there, punt for fame, but wasn't to be. I think the brood mother's going to get the retribution now, the special character one, but it's just a bit too late. I mean, there was some canny use of these large infantry characters there. I mean, he got lucky the fact that the brood mother was double wand, and I mean, she's still walking around with 10 wounds on her. It's just Mike didn't have anything that he could use to just zot her off.
That's a little poke.
Yeah. Right. Oh, he's shooting at her. Shooting at the tangle. And killed it. Right. Steve's turn 6. I mean, you get to a situation like this, and I mean, if you're playing in real life, you know the commiserations and from onlookers, the people on the table next to you, the usual comments are, "Is that all you've got left?" But on UB, it's being streamed for all to see. But you know, Mike hasn't been playing for a long time, he said. And he's doing. He did quite well at the Wish You Were Here tournament. He took part in because he used his rack in there. He was quite handy there. I think he was just unfortunate.
The one we did online.
The one we did online. I think he was just unfortunate with the. I mean, it is ever so slightly constricting that terrain, and the way he set up, he did sort of roadblock himself on the right-hand side there and leave himself a bit unsupported on the left, whereas Steve was more central.
The Decimators, well, they're the shooty guys. They're really good, but they're being the same height as the rest of his unit. They're really getting each other's way. Yeah.
What is quite good with them is because if you use Abyssal Dwarfs with the Decimators, mutated Mastiff packs, especially if they've got throwing Mastiffs as well, they're height 1. They go in front of the Decimators, so you've got a load of troops of height 1 or troop size units of height 1 that can throw Mastiffs out to 12 inches, and they're piercing 1, and then you've got the Decimators firing over the top of them. All right, the firing slightly less effective for the Decimators. Drain life. Oh. No, they're fine. Turn 7. No turn 7. That's them finished.
All over.
It's all over by the shouting, yeah. See if they're going to come back in. Well, I mean, that right flank there, there's still quite a lot of stuff that Mike killed. You know, he's taken out the vast majority of the stuff over there. And it's Steve's flanking stuff from the unopposed flank that's sort of come into the centre. So it's panned out pretty much how we thought it would be. There's Mr. Hildrew.
Hey!
Hey!
How you doing? It's a bit nerve-wracking when he charged Mother Cries with that slave driver.
Yeah, we watched that. I thought, he got it. Has he got it?
Right, go on, do a wound.
Yeah,
just one wound is all he needed.
Yeah, we'd been discussing. We've been discussing the options for it, and just decided that was probably what he was going to do. And then when it actually happened, we were like, "Oh,
yeah.
Hey, Mike.
Hello.
Hello.
It was looking good at the start of that, Mike.
Yeah, turn 2 or turn 3, it was looking fine, and I think one of the turning points was not noticing the nimble charge onto Skin Flayer with the hack paw.
Yeah, with the hack paws. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot they were nimble.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the bit.
I mean, we were looking at that and thinking. Yeah, go on.
Go on. You were looking at it and thinking, what? I want to know.
We were looking at thinking, wondering whether you were going to try, and because he was facing away anyway, you were going to try and slip those hack paws down between the tunnel runners and him round the back to try and threaten the objectives there. But I mean, that was because you measured it down at one point, and I thought you were trying to see how far you could get them and see if you could get them out of the charge arc of the tunnel runners. Because a nimble unit in the back area would have put the pressure on Mike to begin with a lot earlier. We were also looking at when Mike double charged with the wretches and the decimators at the top right, because we'd have thought you'd have sat tight with those decimators on that hill and just kept within 3 inches out of that objective and shot anything that came close to it. We just wondered what the reasoning was. Were you not confident that the wretches would get rid? I mean, that shot unit was quite heavily damaged at that point.
I think it was more that I just wanted
why
the
you felt
decimators to do some damage that turn.
Yeah, just do something.
So,
right.
Yeah, I was, they were a bit impetuous and just wanted to get into the action. But yeah, I think
I wouldn't have taken the hack paws down the bottom, because the whole game plan on the left was to stop him getting that. I had enough units to feed him one at a time, no matter what he put up there, to stop him getting that top objective.
Yeah.
So if he didn't get the top objective, then I knew I probably had enough unit strength to counter in the middle. The tunnel runners, because they were pretty much on their own once that nimble charge had happened, weren't gonna survive either being shot at. So I just kind of banked on being able to get one of the nimble characters out to get the objectives on the right hand side, and that's kind of what I was playing for. I thought about turn 4-5. I looked at it and thought, I kind of relaxed a bit until he put that bloody slave driver into Mother Greiser, which nearly cocked. And then he wavered the brood mother on the same time. I'm like, I can't need that.
No, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So then I would have had to just been flying over that.
I mean, you got quite a lucky waiver on the half-breed champion on the over on the left-hand side there as well. That was quite helpful for you, because it meant then that you could bring stuff down without him interfering. Because we were discussing the fact that he's quite a handy little character, and we thought he'd do more damage to your hack paws and sort of cancel you out on that flank, but it was just the shooting and a lucky nerve roll that got him paralyzed.
Well, we were looking at that, right? And I was saying, well, do I shoot him with all three or charge him with one off a hill? And I only remembered afterwards they've got vicious, so doing far smarter to charge the one into him and do more than, because I was like, well, it should be 3 damage no matter what, and it was down. I thought, hang on, I've got vicious. Anyway, there you go. I just, like you say, really lucky on that nerve run. That allowed me to kind of hold that flank a lot better, because they're nasty, those half-breed champions.
They are very, especially in when you've got low nerve, low defense stuff with 6 attacks and crushing 2. They can certainly dish it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
well, the Nightmare Regiment defense 5. So
yeah, that's true. So the tangle at the top. Yep. When it was.
But they refused to die. That was really unfortunate.
You just sort of held everything, because we were thinking that wretches horde would ignore it and just sort of trundle off towards the left to get that objective. Was that ever a thought, Mike?
Well, I was hoping that I'd kill the tangle and then just overrun down that flank even further, and then go towards the objective and threaten the middle objective. But no, didn't go that way.
And you don't want to leave, when you've got defense 2 stuff, you don't want to leave Fireball just lying around. That's the other thing. Against defense 2, Fireball it can be pretty
they already had 12 damage on them, and they're a 18-21.
That's right,
Yeah, it was a good game. I enjoyed it. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it.
It's really good to watch.
It was a very good game. Oh, thanks very much for letting us watch and comment on it, guys.
Yeah, you've
got
to
told him the one
watch it back and see all the abuse we give you. So
yeah, we're used to it. I'm used to it.
I'm not. I don't know.
They
you
won't
guys.
trust me. They'll be shouting at me. Don't worry. That's just the way of things. But I'll tell you, the one silver lining is that I've managed a win with Ratkin. Hey, it's I'm one of my only version 3 wins with Ratkin. So that does my ego an enormous amount of good.
We were
it's
saying
very fragile, as you know.
We did say, it was the first one. You actually found a list that works.
Ish. It kind of works. It doesn't really work against higher defense armies. It really flubs against like defense 5 stuff and flyers. But yeah, it's all right. This list, I kind of like it. It's pretty good. And I like the Nightmare regiments. I think they're surprisingly durable. And when you've got 3 of them with rally around, they work a lot better. 9 doesn't work in a list, by the way. Just FYI, that doesn't work at all. But 3, because the choice is you either have 3 nightmare hordes or a demon spawn, right? And I just think the unit strength is really useful.
What's their nerve?
So they. That's the thing. We're checking the books. I can't remember what
11,
stuff is.
13.
11, 13.
Yeah. So with double rally, they get up to 13, 15, which is pretty cool for a regiment. Defense
That's
5.
not bad at all. Yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
Mike, your brother's unhappy.
Well, I
He's-
expect him to be.
Yeah.
He's,
He's got in the comments, boo.
He's already
busy
working
playing
out
easy mode
how to get to Birmingham. He's straight up the M40, mate.
Yeah, you're welcome to
It's
come. It's
dead easy.
illegal right now.
M40, M42. It's not illegal at the moment. You can do that.
We could just pop in at a safe social distance and
Yeah,
throw
but-
things at me. That's fine.
Yeah. As long as his exercise is longer than the drive, it's fine, isn't it?
I'm sure we
Right,
can climb
well,
a longer
if
than 2
nobody's
meter.
got-
Just do lance attack. That's what you need. That's longer than
Or a
2 meters.
2x4, a nice long plank.
Yeah.
Cool. Cheers. Good game. Anyway, thanks, guys. I really appreciate
Thank
you.
you very much.
Yeah.
No worries.
Oh, that was great. Thank you,
Thank you very much.
And, Mike, I'll see you in next round.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Well,
That's
And
fine.
Steve can play Elliot.
right.
All right. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, what I shall do then, I shall say goodbye. Thank you very much for letting us cast. Thank you, John and Rob, for commenting with me. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching this, all our 5 viewers.
Ooh,
And
You
now,
got to grow your audience, Bob.
yeah.
Yeah, apparently you've got
Yes, I know.
content out and everything.
Yeah. however, I'm not going to be one of these influencers or whatever they're called. Right?
What's the
let's see if I can.
Influencer.
Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can get the video to play us out.
You're still live, Bob.
Still alive.
Still live there.
Still live, Bob.
Still live, Bob.
Still live, Bob.
Still live, Bob.
Dave, everybody's dead.